And welcome to another video. This week sees us in the final week of season 14 on the LFM servers. We are at Suzuka and I'm currently lying 99th in Division 3. So am I going to go up? Am I going to go down? This is pretty much my last race of the season. I don't think I'm going to have any time to do any more. So just take a seat, relax and enjoy. I forgot to put crew chief on, so you'll have to put up with some of my commentary. Sorry about that. The lights are coming on, the revving's about to start. I'll just let it go for a bit, I think. And instantly dropping down to 19th place. Well, that's a great start, isn't it? But let's see if we can avoid any carnage that's going to be on the first corner. Perhaps the only advantage of being a bit slow off the line. My safety rating's taken a hammering the last few races, so I'm just hoping I can get a pretty clean race here and not pick up any points. Well, gained a couple of places already. That's a slightly better start. And there's a yellow flag. What's coming on around the corner? Plumes of sand. Somebody facing the wrong way. And this does give me a chance to take another couple of places maybe, if I can just squeeze up the inside. But that puts me on the outside line. And there's somebody else off. Luckily he hasn't come back across the track. But unfortunately that's made me slow down a little. And I've just lost those two places I just gained. But let's see what we can do here. Can I hold off Data? No, he's just managed to get the foot down a bit faster than me. And it just looks like I took that corner slightly better than Data, and I'm starting to gain on him. As we come into the chicane, am I going to get a chance to overtake him? Well, he's got the inside line for the chicane, but hopefully I can get enough pace round this corner to maybe stay just ahead of him. The 130R is a pretty fast corner. I've had to give him a bit of room, and he's just I just had to lift very slightly, and he's just made it through. Unfortunately, I didn't take the chicane very well, and I'm just dropping back a little bit, which is kind of doing Data a few favours. But there we go, there's another yellow flag being waved. What's happening here as we come round the corner? I can see a couple of cars ahead going pretty slow. There's somebody facing the wrong way. Well, that's pretty tight. I just sneaked past him, but Data's put it on the grass and he's spinning it round. Oh, and there's another one out, and another one, and that puts me up to 11th place. Well, that's a bit lucky. And there's another yellow flag. No, it seems to disappear. No, here it is again. Here's another one. And there's somebody off to the side. Who's that? Well, that's Locher off to the side. So that pops me up into 10th place. We'll go and take a little look back at the replay of that and see what all happened in just a second, just when things just calm down a little bit. I've got Melendez right behind me. He's pushing me a little bit. Let's see if I can manage to stay ahead of him. And he's very fast out of Degner 1. I'm going to try and hold him off, but I don't know if I've got much hope with that. He's gone to the outside. He's going to have to take the grass there. And yeah, look at him. He's all over the shop, but he's made it past quite happily. Good overtake there, sir. Well done. I'll let you on your merry way, but I will try and catch you. Well, I've got a bit of breathing room there. Data's 1.7 seconds behind. Melendez is 0.7 seconds ahead of me. But let's see if we can actually catch him up. I know he's pretty fast. I think he qualified quite well ahead of me. And to be honest, I'm well above where I expected to be. I thought this would be quite a tough race, I have to say. Hadn't had a huge amount of practice. I got about 40 minutes, but I was down in the 132s. So, yeah, I'm not expecting great things. If I could get the top 10, that'd be great. Settle for top half, that'd be really good. Well, that's a 2:32.5, and that's pretty much as good as I was doing in practice, so I don't know if I'm going to get much faster. The fast guys here are doing 2:25s, which is super fast. However, in the meantime, let's go and take a look at what actually happened in a couple of those earlier instants. And here we are on board with Sayonara as he comes around the corner. He's just lost it. He's spun completely around, but fair play to him. He sat and waited until everybody's gone past, and here comes Barbier. And once again, I've had a couple of run-ins with him, and he just ploughs into him. And eventually, Sayonara gets the point the right way and goes off again. What happened this other instant? Well, this one seemed to have started quite a way back, with Suzuka making a last-second dive down at the chicane and kind of pushing Neri out the way. Good old Mazda elbows out. So there we go. As we come down the main straight, it seems okay. Suzuka has kind of made it through. He's getting past Locher quite happily. And then, well, Neri decides he's going to kind of join proceedings. So they find themselves 3 wide coming down to the first corner, which, as I'm sure you'll agree, is a recipe for disaster. Locher, using a bit of brain there, takes a back seat, and Neri and Suzuka have a bit of a coming together, taking themselves both out of it for a bit, and everybody else comes piling through, and then Portel, who clearly has no idea what's going on, decides just to floor it and go straight into Suzuka. Bit of a disaster for several concerned, but popped me up into 11th place, so I'm not going to complain straight away. Suzuka's car is pretty badly damaged, but he finally gets on his way again. And as we'll move it forward a bit, because there's been a bit of a lull in the action there, a bit of a lonely race for myself, to be perfectly honest. I have managed to get a bit faster, and on lap 5 I find myself heading for mid 2:27, so I'm really pleased with that. It's, as I say, I didn't get a huge amount of practice, enough, but you know, I'm still kind of learning the lines, and there's a bit of a slide coming out there. That's not a great move either, but there we go. It's a kind of mid 2:27s. I'm pretty happy with that for the time being. As I said earlier, don't think I'm going to get another race, so that's probably going to be as good as I can get. Maybe I can get a bit quicker in the last lap or two, but I'm not sure I can. So we'll just move it on a little bit again, I think. And as we move it on a bit, onto lap 6, just come up to the end of lap 6, heading into the start of lap 7, we've got just over 5 minutes to go, and Portel is beginning to catch me up quite happily. He's a second and a half behind, so I'm just going to pop on his view, so you can see him trying to hunt me down. And there we go, and there's his view up in the top right hand corner. And I'm not running brilliantly. I'm just been a bit slow on that last lap, just a bit out of sorts there. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned that he's actually going to be able to get me here. As I say, we've got 5 minutes to go. He's running pretty hot. He had a bit of an incident earlier. He seems to have recovered quite happily from that, and he's pretty quick. His best lap is a good second plus, quicker than mine, so I don't think it'll be long before he actually gets past me, I have to say. All I can do is hope that maybe I can hold him off a bit, maybe people in front have a bit of a mistake. If not, then I'll be settling for 12th place, because behind him I've got a good bit of a gap back to Sayonara. Yeah, and with that little mistake, I think he'll be absolutely on me. I need to give him a bit of room to let him past. Yeah, he's got me here. Nothing I can do whatsoever. Hopefully I can stay on his tail, and you just never know what's going to happen towards the end of a race. Many silly things can happen. It is the Mazdas after all. And as we come into the chicane for the final time, I'm down in 12th place. That's probably about as good as I could expect, to be perfectly honest. It was quite a tough race. Really had to be on my guard. I've just pushed the whole time. Made a lot of silly mistakes. But there you go. Barbier still behind me. Sunoff behind me as well. 12th place. Anyway, unfortunately, that dropped me down into 101st place in Division 3. So there we go, end of the season, 101st place. It was a great season. I had a lot of fun. I actually won a race, which was superb, which I'll let you see if you click on the video that's showing now. That is the only race I've ever won. I hope you enjoy watching my videos. Feel free to like, comment, maybe think about subscribing. That'd be great. Thanks very much.